Okay, so we're gonna do patch 8.6. I know I haven't been doing these very consistently, but I figured I'll go ahead and do this one. And since the academy season is almost over, I'll be back to streaming when I go home. So, Duskblade nerfs. This is pretty obvious. It just nerfs all the assassins in the game, and with that they buffed all the people who mainly use Duskblade. I guess it's not just assassins, but mostly assassins. So a little bit of Graves buff here, Kane buff. Kha'Zix's mostly got nerfed here because he's already a top tier jungler, but he's probably still going to be played even with these changes. Kane will be pretty good. I think Kane's already good, and he's definitely going to be a force, that's for sure. Especially Red Kane. Like, you're just adding more AD ratio, and he already goes attack damage items. I don't even think he goes Duskblade unless he goes Blue Kane. Red Kane will be really good. Graves, he'll probably be about the same. MF just got straight up buffed. 1 attack damage, actually pretty good. It's a pretty good buff for her. I don't think you'll see her, but she's okay right now. Nocturne, I think you'll start seeing a lot more of this character. Even with the Duskblade nerf, like, you're just going to see Yumu's instead. It's a pretty good attack damage increase, and then the base damage up helps a little bit at rank 2 and 3. I think we'll start seeing a lot more Nocturne in recent patches. A bunch of Rengar changes and bug fixes. Is basically just compensation for the Duskblade, so nothing too much there. Shaco got a new Q where it does bonus damage on the basic attack. Shaco will be about the same. Again, Duskblade changes. Duskblade changes. A lot of these champions, like instead of Duskblade, you'll just go Yumu's now, and then maybe build Duskblade later. Wukong, he'll be about the same. You probably want to go Yumu's first instead of Duskblade, maybe, or maybe even do Hydra first, like you did back in the old seasons. Because now that with the attack damage ratio increasing, you might want something that gives more AD rather than the armor pen, because the armor pen items give less AD on them, but Hydra gives a lot. So I could see Hydra build coming back because of this. This doesn't really do much for his early game, but come mid game and say like you have 200, let's say you have 300 AD, you'll be hitting a lot harder. That's like an extra 150 damage to your combo because of the 0.4 increase, which is pretty nice. Not bad. He'll probably be a little, it's hard to say. Like, Duskblade was so good on him, but you know, he can still build it, but maybe with a different build he'll be decent. I don't think he'll be good, but he'll be decent. Zed, just a little buff. I don't think you'll see much of this character. Okay, so other champions. We got the Kai'Sa buffs. I think Kai'Sa's on the verge of being good, and with all these buffs, like, these are just straight up buffs to everything. I think she'll be pretty good this patch in jungle. Mostly in jungle. I don't think her AD carries that good, but her jungle will be pretty nuts with all these range increases. Lee Sin buffs. No Tracker's Knife kind of blows, but further range on Q and more base damage on R. Like, this used to be his old base damage, and then they nerfed it because all he would do is kill people instantly with R. But I don't think that'll happen anymore because they've nerfed him so much in the past, and all the... Well, I guess he doesn't get Duskblade, so never mind on that. I don't know, like, Lee Sin's not bad. I don't think Lee Sin's bad right now, and this will just make the Lee Sin players better. So, whatever. Lucian buffs. 25 damage to W is actually really nice, and then he's getting increased AD on R. I don't think this is going to make him good, but 25 damage on your combo early game with W is pretty good. You won't see too much Lucian. Quinn got buffs, which is unfortunate because this champion is cancerous. It's just, they're really not that many buffs to this, but it makes her lane phase more annoying since you can get marked, and while the auto attack is going through the air, it'll proc the mark, so that'll be a little frustrating. Her passive, I mean, not her passive, her damage is not changed much overall. I think this just makes her lane phase a little bit better. Rakan got a little buff for when he doesn't play with Xayah, so I like that. Because pretty much you only pick Rakan when you have Xayah right now, and having a buff on Rakan is just helps him, so you can actually take this character. Let's say if someone first picks Xayah and you want to take Rakan away, now it's not trash to take Rakan if you don't have Xayah. Xayah got nerfs with the Xayah Rakan combo. Basically they can't, the W does less damage overall. They're not just gonna activate W and fuck your shit up as much anymore. They'll probably still fuck your shit up, but not as much as before. Shrelia's got added back into the game. Whatever, I don't know who takes this. I guess like Alistar. This will be good on like Blitz and Alistar. Maybe Braum. It does give allies move speed, and a lot of move speed at that, so we'll see how this goes. Like, this looks like it'll only be built on supports because it gives AP and health. Like, I can't think of a tank top that wants this. Like, even Maokai, it doesn't give that good of stats. And on supports like Alistar and Braum, you don't really want this AP either. I don't really know who builds this. Maybe like Janna or something, but who knows. Abyssal Mask, it seems this got buffed for tanks and nerfed for mages because they want this to be a tank item, not a mage item. The range is now a lot further, a lot closer, so people like Ryze and Swain won't be able to use it and actually get the magic damage amplifier, but people like Maokai and Ornn who actually do their damage in front of their face, this will be really good on them. And this is going to be nuts on Cho'Gath, obviously. I think Cho'Gath's one of the best tanks in the game, and this is going to be really good on Cho'Gath. Seraph's got a little nerf, which is good because Seraph's is really strong right now. It'll still be strong with this. Dead Man's Plate does magic damage now. Consumes all momentum on basic attacks, even if it's less than max. Basic attacking now locks out the momentum. I'm not sure who you're gonna be using this on. I guess you'll just use it on like bruisers, like maybe Camille or Aurelia, Jax, if you want to build Dead Man's Plate. Dead Man's Plate hasn't been that great in a while, so maybe this will make a comeback. I like Dead Man's Plate though. I think it's a good item, but if I'm playing a tank, why am I just not building Randuin's over Dead Man's Plate most of the time? Ginsu's got changed. I think it's worse on the AD carries and maybe better on the melee characters now. It's a lot cheaper, so you can get it a lot faster. I'm not sure what this is gonna do to people like Kog'Maw, Varus, and KO. It's really hard to tell. I think this is only something you'll have to play in game to figure out. You might not rush it now. You might just get this as a secondary item or later in the game. GLP got buffed again. Someone really likes this item, and they're making it really cheap for what it gives, so this is going to be nuts on people who can actually use it. But that being said, I don't know who actually uses it. Static Shiv nerf, thank God. Now AD carry can't just touch the wave and it disappears because they crit the wave. I like it. Rapid fire cannon got a little buff to its damage. Whatever, I'm fine with that. Like, I'll take this trade any day. More rapid fire cannons and less static shivs. Ignite got buffs, and this is pretty big because Ignite's actually been coming back. Like, a lot more people have been taking Ignite recently. And when you're adding 100 damage late game, like, that's a lot of damage, especially since it's true damage. So you'll see a lot more Ignite, especially on supports and mid laners. Heal got nerfed. 30 more seconds is also pretty big. This is almost flash cooldown now. So you're potentially seeing a change in summoners for AD carries. More cleanses, more barriers, maybe even ignites. It's hard to tell because heal is so good in the bot lane because obviously it's 2v2 lane. And you want the heal to, you know, save you or save your support. So it's kind of hard to say what this is going to do since I'm not a bot lane player. But you might see other summoner spells. So the new Keystone came out. the Conqueror Keystone, which is made specifically for the bruisers, which everybody seems to be complaining about. It looks like it'd be really good on people like Yasuo, who just always hit minions with Q and they're always staying in combat, so they're gonna get extra attack damage and 2 damage. I think this is gonna be nuts on people that can stay in combat. I want to say this is nuts on Darius, but Darius almost needs Phase Rush to not be a trash character. I don't think many assassins would take this. Definitely not Wukong, because I know that question is going to come up. You'd never take this on Wukong. I don't know. I know it'll be nuts on Yasuo. It'd probably be pretty good on Aurelia. Maybe Renekton. We might see some new champions because of this. And I'm pretty sure it's designed for melee champions who just like hitting minions. So we'll see. Bone plating got nerfed, whatever. Bone plating is strong. I don't think it's OP, but it's strong. And the 5 second to 3 second I don't think changes too much. There's a new rune in the resolve tree. I think you'll take this on people like Darius, where you'll go resolve and then it's really nice. Like you get 60 health and then takedowns and you get some AD. It's pretty interesting. You can't say that it's going to be amazing on anybody, but you know, more options are nice. They removed the flat armor in MR, which is pretty nuts. So now you're going to have to take conditioning, Chrysalis, or Second Wind. Out of the 3 of those, Second Wind would probably be the best if you're just trying to chill. In lane, conditioning if you think you can survive, Chrysalis if you're playing someone who needs more AD or AP. So, cool. No one gives a fuck about Twisted Treeline or One For All or any of this garbage. Alright, that's a pretty big patch. I think there will be a lot of changes in this patch, in the meta. I think you're going to start seeing a lot more new characters. So, we'll see how this goes, and thank you for watching, boys.